This video is going to talk about order of operations when solving equations. So, a term that you can use to remember the order of what to do first is GEMS. So if you can remember GEMS, the G stands for groupings, which I'll talk about on the next page. Then exponents, multiply and divide from left to right, and then finally subtract and add from left to right. Grouping symbols that we're going to use this year include parentheses, brackets, a radical sign, and fraction line. For our first example, we have a bracket with a parentheses, and then the 2 plus 3 parentheses times 3 bracket squared. So if I follow my rules of order of operations, first I have to go with groupings. I see multiple groupings here, so I'm going to start with the innermost grouping. So I'm going to begin with my 2 plus 3. So 2 plus 3 is 5. So I end up with now bracket 5 times 3 squared. Now I'm going to complete what's in my bracket, which is 5 times 3 is 15 with the squared at the top there. So my final answer is 15 squared is 225. All right, for the next example, I have bracket 2 plus parentheses 6 plus 2 squared, parentheses bracket squared. So first step is to go with the innermost parentheses. So I have 6 plus 2 squared. So that means I have to take care of my squaring first. So I do 2 squared is 4. So I end up with brackets 2 plus parentheses 6 plus 4 parentheses bracket squared. So next step is now I took away the exponent, so I go with my 6 plus 4. So I have 2 plus 10 squared. So I have to continue with my groupings. So my groupings would be 2 plus 10, which is in the brackets. That gives me 12 squared, which is 144. For the last example, I have 2 plus the square root of 3 squared plus 4 squared times 2. So remember the radical symbol, I have to treat everything underneath it as if it was a grouping. So that means I'm going to work with 3 squared first and 4 squared. So 3 squared is 9 and 4 squared is 16. So now I have 2 plus the square root of 9 plus 16 times 2. I still have to take care of what's underneath my radical symbol. So that's going to be 9 plus 16. 9 plus 16 is 25. So now I have 2 plus the square root of 25 times 2. So now I need to actually take the square root of 25, which is 5. So I have 2 plus 5 times 2. So I don't have any more groupings, and I don't have any exponents. So now I need to multiply or divide. So I have multiplication. 5 times 2 is 10. And I have 2 plus. So 2 plus 10, my last step, is 12. You must follow order of operations. Please do not forget GEMS.